Hey everybody, how you doing? Will here with Just in Time Prepping. Hey, I keep going off track here, but you know, everything in our life happens for a reason. I'm going to try to use one of those dummy sticks here today, so just kind of bear with me. I'll be moving around a little bit, and I want to talk to you guys today about some healthcare because that kind of wraps into the big picture of SHTF, you know. They are bungling around about trying to put a health care package together for, a lot of Americans, but what they're really doing is trying to screw us little guys and make it all better for the bigger people. Even the middle class is kind of getting screwed. So that kind of really upsets me, and that's the reason I'm going to be talking to you guys today about what the hell do they think they're doing trying to put a health plan together over a luncheon. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that? You know, that kind of fucking pisses me off. Excuse my French. But, you know, they've been trying for months to repeal and replace Obamacare. They always just keep saying that Obamacare is failing. You know, I mean, I really had my reservations when Obamacare went into effect because, as you all know, I have issues with my health, and I was concerned that I would be able to keep my own doctor and all that crap, you know. But, you know, with Obamacare, I don't know about where you live and what state you live in, but I'm allowed to keep my own doctor, the one I want, and I'll be able to do whatever I want basically under Obamacare. The premiums, they go up and down, but you know what? They said in the beginning of the start of Obamacare that over time it was going to start leaking, causing some holes, and that the holes would have to be worked out and fixed. Now that the holes are starting to show, they need to get in there and they need to work together bipartisanly as a complete body and fix it so Americans can keep living their lives. Instead, they want to repeal it, and then they want to replace it with some sort of insurance that is good for the rich and shitty for the poor. And if you keep up with anything that's going on in the world, you know that the middle class is getting smaller and smaller because of the rich people. The rich people want us to be always scraping and scrimping to get what we want, and they want us to fight amongst each other so that in the end they win. You know, I've always been a survivor. No matter what, I've always survived. And I believe that 98% of Americans are the same way. And you hear all these politicians blaming everything on the other, I can't remember, I think of the name, like politicians, like Republicans and like Democrats. Will always try to blame each other, and we all have to work together in this world. We all have our own beliefs, and we all believe in different things. Even the little people, the middle class and the lower class below that, the poor, they all still are either Republicans or Democrats or independents. They all have their own way of thinking, and they all believe in the party that they belong to. And, you know, the politicians are trying to get us to fight amongst each other. I don't know how I can reiterate that, you know, that's what they want us to do. Why can't we prove them wrong and learn to get along and solve the problems that they make such a big deal? So anyway, this is what I really want to do today, is to try to explain to you. Trump was on TV this morning, and he was saying that how Obamacare is failing and that it's only got one health cover in some states and some don't even have any, and then it's going to get worse because it's falling apart. Well, I'm a person that researches quite a bit. I research just about anything. I mean, my mind is, even though I'm retired, I still am kind of inquisitive about things, and I try to make sure that I research stuff and get the answers to the best of my ability that will satisfy the thirst my brain has. So, this is the screwed up part, is he gets on national TV and he says that it's failing. Well, that kind of gets me going, and it has several other times, and I've tried to give Mr. Trump the benefit of the doubt because everybody says he's new to the politics game, but I don't think that he's as dumb as people think he is. And, way back in, I'm going to say February, March, he said that he was going to let Obamacare fail. Well, if you do any research on Mr. Trump, then you'll know that rich people get rich for a reason. Well, his reason is that he builds all this stuff, but he never pays off his contractors. He always leaves them holding the bag. And he's ruined a lot of honest American citizens just trying to get by and make a living by not paying them for the work that they've done for him. Well, if you really do your research and look back, starting in about, March, maybe April, he made this thing saying he was going to let Obamacare fail. I know I just repeated that myself, but this is what I want you to think about. Go and Google it, and you'll find out the truth about what he's actually doing to make Obamacare fail. He is not paying the contributions that are needed to make Obamacare stable, while they could go in there and fix all the little holes and leaking stuff that's going on with our health insurance. So, it's not that it's failing, it's Mr. Trump is helping it fail by not paying off the insurance companies the stuff that they need to make it work so that they can offer more plans to more people in more states. So if you think about it, he's making it fail so that he can make himself and the Republican Party look good by repealing and replacing Obamacare. It's a promise they made, and it's all just politics, and I understand all this, but they cannot fix it over a luncheon like he's trying to do today. So, I just want to talk to you guys about that. If it's failing because the President of the United States, Mr. Trump, is not making the payments to the insurance companies and the other people that need payments to make everything stay up on a steady keel so that the other states, besides the one I live in, can have more than one insurance company in the marketplace, and so everything will work out. But he is doing what he does for his own business, and he's just not paying the bill. So, he's not telling you all this. He's just trying to tell you that it's not working and they need something else, instead of working with the Democrats and making it work out by fixing what's wrong with what we already have, which would be a lot easier than trying to repeal it and replace it because they made a promise. And we all know politicians always make promises they can't keep. So it's only my opinion, and you guys all know that I'm not trying to make you be something or act like something that you're not. I just want you to be able to think it through and try to help the American people that are in the middle class and below succeed, because I have a pre-existing condition. Now, I always didn't have a pre-existing condition. I used to be a healthy guy. I used to be able to go to work every day and pay the way, but I can't do that anymore. And this is something that a lot of Americans need to think about. And they really don't, because they're in their 20s and 30s and they all think that they're bulletproof at that age. Been there, done that, that's why I know. So, you think about that, but as you get older, you're going to need more and more help. And the way that the Republicans, because they have power right now, they have the most people in the House and the Senate, and they're trying to make all these things possible for the people that aren't sick and disabled and have all these issues, and they're making it so that they can not have to have insurance or whatever if they don't want to, which is cool. I'm not knocking it, but at the same time, well, I guess I am knocking it, because at the same time, as we get older, our bodies start changing and we have issues. Like I have issues. I smoked for 40 some years, and then I was a welder on top of that, and I created some issues because I didn't take care of myself very well. And so now I have a pre-existing condition, and I need some help. I mean, I'm not a taker. I never have been a taker. But people that think that just because I can't make my own way now, they call us takers, but it's not that way. There are takers out there, but I'm not one of them. So let's just keep going. So, this is what the video is about. If we don't pull together as Americans and let the politicians fight their way through this and try to help them along the way, because from what I see, I'm pretty sure that the big medical companies, the pharmaceutical companies, the top 1% of the people that are the richest in the world, they're all going to bribe off the people to have them make a bad decision now, and then they're going to have to pay for it down the road. So these are things that we need to think about as Americans, that if you're in your 20s or 30s, you're not going to really need a lot of medical attention right now, but as you get older, you may very well need it. So that's something to think about. And not only that, think about your parents and your grandparents, because they get older as time goes on too. And I'm sure that you don't want them to live with you. They raised you and now you're out on your own. You don't want them to come live with you. You want them to be able to take care of themselves as long as possible. Well, that comes into play with all this stuff that the rich want to get rid of. And I could go into a lot of stuff, but I'm not going to. But this is what I want you guys to do, is I want you to get on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you do your social media at. I want you to call out the politicians and Mr. Trump and tell them that, hey, we're young now, but we're not going to always be young, and we need to make sure that we take care of the things. So if you believe things need to be taken care of, you better start paying attention, because the politicians that are in charge right now, they're trying to take everything away from us, so that down the road we're going to be in a hurting situation. And I personally don't want that for my children. I don't want it for their children. I want everything to work out. I remember the good old days. I am one of the lucky people that got to serve my country. There's a lot of young people today that don't go in the military, so they don't see the big picture. Some of them do see the big picture because they listen to the stories from their parents and the old people. So that's my thing for today, is this all rolls up into when shit hits the fan. If we don't take care of it now, it's going to turn into a SHTF situation later. I don't think you really want to see your kids or your parents or your grandparents go through some really tough times or not be able to take care of themselves. These are all things that we need to do as Americans. We need to pull together, let those politicians have the same insurance we have. Let them try to get through with that. I don't think that they're going to like that very well. But anyway, that's my big thing for today is Obamacare is failing because the president and the people in the Congress and the Senate are allowing it to, so that they can get their way, so that they can give tax breaks to the rich, so that they don't have to have the same insurance we have. They always have the best because they're rich. But we, as the American people, the middle class and the lower class, we need to pull together and tell those guys, hey, bullshit. So, that's my thing for today. If you have, if you will agree with me or you don't agree with me, leave a comment down below and let me know. Leave a thumbs up for my videos if you like it, or a thumbs down if you don't. And what I always ask you guys to do, share the videos. Let's get the word out there. So go see the other video guys, the preppers and all that stuff, and check in, Google some stuff here, and make sure that you understand that the only reason Obamacare is failing is because the president himself is running America like he ran his company. He doesn't pay the bills. When you don't pay the bills, you fail. That's it for today. I want you guys to have a great day and a great weekend coming up. I'm going to be going out of town, so I'll try to be on, but no promises. And I'll be back the first part of next week, and I hope you guys think about it, do some research, and let me know what you think. Because it's very important. This is not a decision for me, it's a decision for all Americans. So for now, God bless you, God bless me, and guess what? God bless the US of A. Till next time, catch you later.